Thanks for reminding me. Okay, so today we are discussing about record types, and so record types are generally useful for classifying object data. For suppose customers, you can classify into big customers, small customers, personal customers, three type of customers with these record types. Now I am giving in my current scenario, I am giving the record type label as consultancy. Okay, this is one type of account. So here I have to make it active. So the default thing will be automatically checked. When I'm creating the record types, the first record type will be automatically checked because at least there should be one record type should be selected when I'm creating a new account. Okay. So before creating this record type, I want to show you how the account creation works, means customer creation works. I'm going to new tab. If I'm clicking on new on the customers tab, I'm directly going to the customer screen. That is, I can enter the customer data in this page, and I can click on save to save the data into my Salesforce instance. Okay. Now I'm doing after creating the record type what happens. Okay. So by default this is active. Okay. And I'm making this record type available for all these profile users. See, what very big companies do is they assign salespeople, right? They assign salespeople to big account. They assign salespeople to small accounts. They classify it. So if you are the sales manager for big accounts, I am going to give only the big accounts record type for the sales manager uh, big accounts profile. So for suppose you want to classify sales users into big account sales users, small account sales users. Okay, and you assign the big accounts record type to only the sales user big accounts profile, so that that profile users only can have access to this record type. In this case I am providing access to all the profile users. See, I gave enable for all profiles, and if I'm giving make default means, so this is the default record type when they are trying to enter new customer data or new account data. I'll show you what is the default option in the next option. Clicking on next, and I'm selecting. So when I'm creating um, a record type, I have to give page layouts for different people. So if you remember the page layout assignment earlier, there is a page layout assignment for different profiles. When I'm creating record types, now you have page layout assignment for based on record type. For different profiles you can use different layouts. Okay, so this is the sub settings. You can assign different page layouts with record type also. See, apply one layout to all profiles. That is this, if I am selecting this, it applies to all profiles. Otherwise, if I want to show different page layout for different users, I can click on this and I can show different layouts for different people. For sales guy, I put account sales layout. For big accounts, I can create n number of page layouts. Do you know why page layouts are useful? To add the user interface options to show how the page looks like. With drag and drop you can create page layouts, right? So you can align the fields, you can create sections. That all you can do. This is only for user interface. Front end UI you can build with page layouts. So with this option means with record types you can control the page layout assignment also, so that you can show different options to different profile users. I want to go with consultancy. So I'm going with account layout for all these people. That's fine with me. I'm clicking on save. All people have account layout now. So next option I will show you. I want to create one more layout now. That is for uh, Salesforce customers. Okay, customers. I'm clicking on page layouts in the new tab. So after record type creation, so this is the record type creation. This is the record type called consultancy which I have created. In this detail page, I can see the pick lists available for editing. Means these are the pick list values available on the account object so that you can control what pick list value should be shown on the record type consultancy. Okay, I can tell you one simple example. For suppose your customer said that I want to show different pick list values for big accounts, different pick list values for small accounts. Then I can control, means I can tell this is the industry field which I want to show different pick list values. So in the consultancy side, I'm simply selecting consulting only and education, sometimes technology also. And that's okay. These are the three values you are going to show for this consultancy record type, not all these values. Oh, I'm really sorry, these are all selected values. I need to select towards the side to enable the pick list values. One is for consulting, education and technology type of consultancy. Okay, I'm clicking on default. One is consulting. Most consultancies will do consulting work, and I'm clicking on save. Right, so now when I open this consultancy record type, I'm going to in the industry pick list value, I am going to only see these three values, not all the other values, because I am blocking it at the record type level. Let's same way you can control the other pick list values also. Okay, in the what is SLA? Service level agreements. For consultancies, if you want to give service level agreement which is related to consultancies, I can provide that. What is SLA? Service level agreement. Whenever a customer is uh, is becoming your whenever a company is becoming your customer, if they are paying a lot or if they are paying premium support fees for supporting, you can give some SLA, service level agreement, saying if you raise a case with us, or if you have any issue with our system, with our tool, we can fix the issue in this 8 hours of time, or 16 hours of time, or 40 hours of time. That's the service level agreement you can sign with the company. So for big customers, I can service level agreement will be obviously because if you want to make the customers happy, if you can decrease the service level, you can have the better service level agreement. Okay, that type of so in our case, for consultancies, I want to give 5 days SLA. For a client customer company, I want to give 2 days SLA. That I can show it by changing the record type values, pick list values here. So what I'm doing is I'm removing this gold and platinum. So these are default basic values of SLA. So I have these two values selected, means very basic level of support. So for big customer, I want to give this support to them. Default is silver. I'm clicking on save. Remember these options. The default options which I'm setting is applying only to the record type, that is consultancy. As currently, see, I am seeing the industry as all, okay, and even SLA as all the values. I'm trying to refresh this page now, the customer page which I have opened couple of minutes back. Now see, the default value is consulting, the default value is silver. The reason why it's showing this is there is only one record type. That's the reason it automatically applying the record type consultancy to this account page, and it obviously applying the um, business process, that is the pick list values settings which I have configured at the record type level to this current page. See, now I have only three values in this and a none, that is blank option, and it's I want to see only two options plus blank. Yeah, but earlier you have seen four values plus blank. Okay, that's it. Okay, this is the consultancy record type. So I want to show you, if you want to show the record type name on the page, there's one option to you. Click on edit. See, there is the account record type. I am trying to pull it and place it under account record type under account owner. Okay, I'm clicking on save. So now this is the customer record type is account consultancy. This is because there is only one record type that is automatically showing here. Now let's go back to our record types, and I'm clicking on record types again, and I want to get one more record type, that is customer. I can give the other record type as organization. Okay, this is a master. If you want to create the child record type, select the consultancy, means you are creating the childs for consultancy record type. Means if you select consultancy, you can have one more sub consultancy also. I don't want to do that now, but I can give it as customer, or else I can give it as big customer. Okay, see, by default I'm seeing this active, but I don't have option here because at least one record type should be active, otherwise you cannot select. When I'm clicking on new, it won't select anything, but I'm making this active. This is the second record type which I'm enabling for the customer or account object. Don't be confused, I changed the name of accounts to customers. It's simply the label. See, and enable this profile to all profile users, means all these profile users can see this. Okay, and see, the default option is here. If I'm making this default option, okay, means all these profile users, when they log into application, when they are trying to create the customer record, it shows big customer is the default record type when they're clicking on new, but they have an option to modify the record type from big customer to consultancy, and they can create the new account. I'll show that option to you. For now, consultancy is the default record type, not the big customer. Even though big customer alphabetically stands before consultancy because B comes first, still consultancy will be the default record type. Yeah, I'm selecting the record type, that is, oh, I'm going back to the previous screen, and I want to create a new record type, that is, click on new page layout for big customers. I'm including the sales layout, not the account layout, because account layout is already having some consultancy related fields added to the page layout. Big account, big account layout. So feed based layout or not, I am checking this option. Feed based layout means charter enabled layout, where you can see the field or feed on the top of the record saying if you are updating the account information, it automatically shows, hey, Venkat updated this industry from technology to consulting. Like that, it will show on the feed, on the account feed. Click on save. Now we have a new record type called big account layout. I'm trying to quick save. I'm going back to the record type, and when I'm clicking on next now, see, I have the new page layout showing here. What I'm doing is, for all the people who are selecting the big customer record type, they should see this page. For all the people, see, apply one layout to all profiles. That's okay. See, now all these profiles will see this record type. So this page layout, if they are selecting this record type, that's cool. I'm clicking on save. That's fine. I'm going to the detail page of the record type. On this, I want to change the industry values. Yeah, now I don't want to change industry values. I want to change only SLA. I want to change SLA to only gold and platinum. Default is gold. I'm clicking on save. Remember this. And customer priority high. I can select the default value as high, not the, I don't want to remove the values from this. I can even select the default values based on the record type also. And yeah, that's it. I'm done with the record type creation. There is two record types I have created for our object, that is customer subject. Now I'm going to the customers tab, clicking on this. Now you can see the record types. See, when I'm clicking on new, see, this screen is not visible before 10 minutes. See, this is the second screen. When you click on new, that's the first screen. This is the second screen after clicking on new. See, select the customer record type. Record type for the new record. The default is consultancy, if you remember, because that's the default value. Even though big customer is the first value, as I am marking this as default, it's showing here. Okay, and I can show this default option, different options for different people at the profile level. Because when I'm creating record type, there are 20 or 30 profiles on the screen where I can show different options there. I can disable the record type for some people, enable record type for some people, make it default for some people. That's how we can do a lot of modifications. So these are the record types. You can see available record types, and the description also you can give it here. If you are describing this record type or the record type creation, it shows here. Otherwise, no. Now let's click on big customer. See, I have an option to modify also. Even though if I'm selecting the default record type, I have an option to modify the record type. Change the record type, what I'm creating. Click on new. Now, remember that I have selected the customer priority is high. That's the default value. I can see it here directly. And SLA, the default value is gold, and you can see only two values, that is gold and platinum. That's fine. And uh, what else? I have done only these two changes for the big customer account. I have not modified any industry values. I am showing all values to this guy. See, I am creating the data, that is MSN Labs. This is active, yes. Industry, pharma. So I don't see the format thing, but I can create the new value because this is a standard field. Have an option biotechnology. No, I can select healthcare. Yeah, healthcare industry. Rating is hard and the customer priority high. SLA expiration date. So because you generally have SLA agreements, right? So that can expire after 2 years, after 3 years if they are not paying amount. So you can disable that expiry. You can disable the SLA whenever they are paying for support. You can create one more SLA based on the amount what they are paying, and you can support them. I'm giving it as 2018 December 14th. I can automatically populate some number here because that's the required field. I'm giving it here. I'm clicking on save. I can use this serial number for identifying the SLA what I have created for this customer. On save. Now if you see, I'm creating big type, customer type, record type. How it's loaded properly. Yeah, this is the feed, and if you click on details, you can see the details of this page. This is what I enabled. This is what enabled when I'm creating the record type, feed based record type. Okay, in the detail page you can see this is the, yeah. Why I'm not seeing the customer record type equal to big customer? Because I have not added that field in this layout. I added only to the account layout. Remember, now I want to, if you want to show that, click on edit layout. This is the big customer which I am opening. Big customer layout, big account layout. Okay, and see, here is the record type. If I add it here before account name, and I'm clicking on save. See, now I can see the big customer layout. And I do have an option on the detail page of the customer. This is called detail page. I can change the record type at any point of time. For suppose your company has changed your business from consulting to technology or some different healthcare like this, then I can change the record type by simply clicking on change option. Click on change. Current record type is big customer. Future record type I can select consultancy. As there is only one record type, it's automatically selected. But if we have 4 or 5 record types, I can choose any one of that. I don't want to do that. Clicking on save. If I'm doing it, automatically assign to this consultancy uh, customer record type, and it automatically shows the consultancy layout. So let's click on new again. So tell me what it shows. Yeah, the default is consultancy. If I'm clicking on continue, I can see the new options here. See, not the type, consulting. Yeah, the industry is showing only 3 values, and consultancy priority is none. If I'm putting high, and if I'm putting okay, because by default in the previous case when I'm creating the big customer record, it's high priority by default. I haven't done that. It automatically selected like this. Now I'm clicking on save, that is cerebral solutions. clicking on save. This is a consultancy. Okay. Yeah. So do you guys got what is record type? So I'm not sure what is architecture. Yeah, Salesforce have architecture. So that's it tells about how what is multi-tenancy architecture. Okay, if you but Salesforce. Okay, this is the developer blog. So it's given by Salesforce. So this is the multi-tenancy architecture of Salesforce. Okay, it simply says how it works. When you are changing some data on page layout, it automatically creates some data in the backend in the form of XML format, and that's useful to show which option should be shown on the page. If it is true in the XML format, it shows. If it is false, it won't show. That's everything is in the form of XML data. So it's whenever you're dragging and dropping the page layouts, it automatically creates the HTML data for you so that it shows in the same way. This is actual architecture data model, and because every company is using the same server, so they create separate wrappers. If there is a company of 10 people who are using Salesforce, that's a um, uh, small wrapper of that company data. Same server can accommodate very big customer like AT&T, which is having 1 lakh employees. So that's consuming a lot of space and data. So they Salesforce generally have limits for each and every customer so that they cannot access more than that. So if Salesforce is not providing the limits, some customer can use the resources of Salesforce a lot. Because of that, the other customers can have some problem of server issues. It may uh, the server may have gone bad because of the lot of hits from one customer. That's the reason they are going to block with a lot of limits on the code lines of code what you're writing on Apex, number of objects you are creating in the system, number of fields. Everything is a limited thing. Again, it's too big, but it's not too less. Uh, so and all the data what you are creating in your organization will be only shared to you because each and every organization will be assigned to your organization ID. So whenever you log into the system, it shows only data related to your organization, not from other organizations. So I can share you the link, and I want to show you our actual architecture when I'm trying to explain you the VF pages, controllers, how it works, how MVC architecture works. That's the right time to show that. Okay.
So, Venkat,
So currently in our scenario, there's no special architecture. So you have to take the customer requirements and you have to build it accordingly. Okay. If you want to know the existing data model of Salesforce, so you can go to developer.force.com and you can see the what is the data model of accounts, opportunities, contacts, related data model. I showed you in schema builder also, but you can see very better data model with lot of hidden objects available on that page because you see only opportunity object in the front end, but there are a lot of objects which are linked to the opportunity, which shows price information, which shows product information, opportunity product linking, a lot of things. That data model is already available. That architecture is available in developer.first.com. I can share that links to you. Do you guys have any questions on record types? I forgotten to tell that in the previous class you have shown how to add uh, the little list items under the parent object detail page. So this is called detail page. If I'm clicking on edit, this is called edit page. This is called edit page. The previous page is called detail page. In the detail page only you can see the child object records, not on the edit page. In the edit page you see only the records you want to enter in this object. Got it? If I'm going to customer, let's open the existing customer, that is Elite Innovative Solutions. So if you come down, you can see a lot of child objects. But when I click on edit, I cannot see the child objects of this customer. Okay. So yeah, we also worked on this. And do you guys have any record questions on record types? If yes, I can explain it again. Yeah. Yeah. So I don't need to give special access to you. I in the first class, I think in the second class, uh, early I showed you option how to create free developer instance for you so that you can use it for lifetime. When you go to login.salesforce.com, see there are many options to create free editions. If you go to login.salesforce.com, if you click on sign up for free, it won't show you, it won't give the edition which is available for lifetime. It only gives the edition which expires in 30 days, but you can use the Salesforce, sales, marketing, call center, all these applications available in this instance. But you can also you cannot even code, you cannot even integrate with other systems with APIs. Uh, you can have special advantage with this edition because you can see sandboxes, but this expires only in 30 days. This is for the business people who are trying to take Salesforce edition for their business, not for the developers. For developers, there's other link, that is developer.salesforce.com. If you click on this, it takes to the developers blog. So this is by Salesforce. All the data is available here. If you click on platform, you can so leave this. If you click on library, you can see the documentation for a lot of um, options in Salesforce, because every option is really complex. Salesforce forecasting, if you want to implement, it takes 2 months also. It depends on the customer requirement. For forecasting, there's a guide for forecasting, which is a around 90-page document. All these documents are available in this library. See, so there are a lot of documents here. There are different versions, HTML version and PDF versions. You can download all these files whenever you need. Ajax toolkit, integrating Salesforce apps with Ajax. With JavaScript, you can connect to other applications. Analytics API, Apex workbook, Apex publication guide. A lot of documents are here. If you want specific documents, you can search here by filtering. Okay, and see this option I want to show you for people who want to take new edition. Click on sign up here. If you click on sign up, it asks you to give some very basic information. If you don't know a company name, what you want to give, you can give Elite Innovative Solutions, okay, or ERM Clouds. Anything is fine. These details, okay. If you can give this, make sure that you are giving the unique username. Means, for suppose if you have taken a account with Salesforce today with the email venkat@gmail.com and same username, that is venkat@gmail.com. You can take it. If you have taken that, for suppose if you lost your password and if you want to take a new edition, you cannot take the new Salesforce instance or organization developer free edition with same username, because venkat at the rate of gmail.com is already booked by you only, but you lost your password. Okay, you can go for forget password, you can get it, but you cannot get the username which is already taken by some other guy. You can give simply venkat at the rate of gmail.com dot uh, new dot new one new two, like you can append any type of value. It should be in the format of email, but it can be anything. Okay, you can even give venkat at the rate of microsoft.com as well. If it is available, it will give it to you. Okay, but your email should be working email where they are going to send some uh, password setting link to you, so that you have to set some password, and with the same email you can take a number of logins. They won't block you, but you will confuse if you're taking more logins. That's fine. Did I answer your question? Okay. Yeah, so what I can do is, after finishing this class, I'm going to share a one more edition, which is enterprise edition, where all the people of this participants of this class will be having access to the same edition, where all the people will be working on some requirements. That's the different edition which I'm going to share to you. Yeah, so let's move on to other topic. Okay, list views. Today I'm going to teach about list views. Okay, what are list views, how to create it. First, suppose if you are clicking on consultants object. Okay, I'm clicking on new. Today I want to create one more consultant profile. Let's go to elite. We know I have already created. I'll see if it seems. Asif, I'm not giving last name. Employer, I'm mapping to elite. Status GC. Is it right? Okay, leave it. So this is one more consultant profile. Years of experience 12. Some experience, I'm not giving that. I'm saving the record for Asif. Okay. Oh, I've forgotten to give the email address for this person. We have email address here. I think I don't have it here. Yeah. For this, what I have to do is, can someone tell me what I have to do if there is no field of email on the consultant object? Go to schema builder. Schema builder is the option where you can create new fields on any object. See, I'm searching for consultant. It's here. I'm clicking on uncheck. See, the object is here, which you can see where it's disabling here. Okay, now I can select the option consultant object. I can go here, zooming out. Now I don't see email field here. Now I'm clicking on elements to drag and drop an email field from the right side, so it's from the left side on the object. That's the element. Means element is a field or a relationship field or an object. Now currently I'm creating field on the email field on the consultant object, that is email. The field name is also email. I'm clicking on save. Now I have it here. Now let's go to layout, because I have to add to the layout. After creating the field, it won't directly show it on the page. You have to go to the layout. I am already in the layout. I am clicking on, sorry, it's not here. Yeah, it's here. Now I have the email address field, dragging and dropping and pasting on after last name. Clicking on save. Now I can see the consultants page with email address. I want to give Asif email address now. That is this. Clicking on save. See, now I am tracking the email address also on the consultant object. Consultant tab means object is linked to a tab. So if I am clicking on consultants, see, I am seeing only a first name. I don't like this because I want to show a simple view to see information about Asif, Venu on recent accounts. Currently, I don't see the email address of Asif or phone number of Asif. If I want to see this, I have to click on Asif record. I have to go to the consultants. Okay. Again, I want to create one more field called phone field. I will do it later. Okay. Yeah. This is a consultant record. If I want to view the data, I have to go to the record. Now I cannot see on this page. If I want to do that, I have to create a view. So the current view you can see it here. View equal to all. See, there's only one view. I'm clicking on go. I'm not seeing. I'm clicking on go. Still I'm seeing only these two information. I'm not seeing last name, phone number, email, their visa status. I want to show this information on this screen only so that it's really easy to track. For that, I have to go to the consultant object. There are two ways to go to the consultant object. One is by clicking on setup, go to create, expand create, go to objects, because these are the links you need to follow. You have to go to again consultant. This is the consultant object, and there you have to go to layouts. So these are the layouts currently available. This is the page layouts. These are such layouts. Okay, so now I have to modify such layouts for the standard views. Okay, standard views, I am going to modify it. First of all, search results. Where you are going to see the search results, I am going to tell you. Okay, so the other way to go to object, the consultant object, is click on this quick access menu, click on view object. This is a very simple step. See, I am going to the same screen. Both are same screens. So going to setup, going to expanding create, going to objects, clicking on consultant object and opening it is one step, which is very long, which is 7-click uh, process. But this is only 2-click process to go to the cons consultant object, that is directly here. Quick access menu, open, expand this, click on view object. As you are on the consultant tab, means consultant object, it's taking to the current object, the backend. Okay, now I am closing this previous thing. I'm coming accessing it from here. Now go to such layouts. First of all, now I will explain these options to you. Search results. Whenever you are searching for Asif, see, there is only one Asif record in the system, that is consultant, and he is in the consultants folder. No thanks. Okay, so you can see the information. It searches for all the objects in the system. There are 0 records in all the systems. but there's only one record with consultant Asif name here. If I want to show some more information on the search results page, I can do it from the, I have to edit here. Click on edit, click on consultant ID, consultant last name. I'm adding in the second thing. Email, visa status, years of experience. These are the 6 fields I want to add on the search page also. Okay, I'm clicking on save. What happens now? Go back to the search results, click on so I'm going back again, clicking on home, and I'm clicking on Asif. See what happened here. I have the better view of search results. Asif is the first name, last name is blank, consultant ID is con, this ID, and email address is this, green code status, all this stuff. This is for setting. I have configured the search results layout. Okay, on the consultant object. For suppose if I want to select, do the same thing for the training object, I have to go to the training object in the backend in the setup, or I can also go it from the quick access menu also. It also takes to the same screen, and I have to go to the search layout, layouts, search layouts. Inside it, I have to modify this layout. Now go back, search layout. Here I have configured. That's the reason it's showing here. Now I want to look up dialogues. So if this is the parent object of some other object, okay. So generally, when you are building relationships from a contact to account, right? You have seen when you are mapping account object. If there is no account object, you are searching, right? When you are searching, there is a results on the lookup also. That's what I want to show you here. Click on new consultant. See, if I'm clicking on this lookup, so here there are only 4 records. If you want to show some more information here, I can select this with this lookup dialog layout. Again, I'm setting for only for consultant object, means if consultant is the parent object for some sample object, when I'm trying to create, when I'm trying to map consultant from the sample object, here I can show these options for the consultant. What all the things I want to show here, I can show it here. That's what I'm configuring here, right? Currently consultants don't have any parent object. um, I think I have it. I will show that to you. So I'm clicking on edit, that is called lookup dialogues, consultant ID, consultant email, so employer also I want to add, last name I want to put it up, and years of experience, visa status, clicking on save. Now let's go to training enrollments, because in training enrollments is the child object of consultant. Click on new. I'm not going to create data. Click on training, sorry, training object. Click on consultant. See, do you remember? These are the items which I have added on the lookup dialog layout. This is what it's showing here. This is really useful. Earlier it has only first name. With the first name you cannot search actually, because as you have very less data. For suppose if there are two Asifs, if you cannot identify, you can't do anything, right? So in this system, in this page, I can see their first name, last name, ID, email address, everything. Then I can easily identify who's Asif I am trying to map properly. Okay. That's that option. And later on, let's go to one more and look up phone dialogues. So I want to add the symbol. I think this is for the, if you have any questions on this page, click on this. This is for the mobile phone layout. Clicking on save. I want to show only very few fields on this lookup phone dialogues. Okay. And consultant tab. So this is one of the important thing which I'm looking for. Okay. Clicking on data on this page, consultant tab. So I'm trying to add uh, consultant ID, email, employer, first name, so not resume, and visa status and years of experience. This information I want to add, and last name I want to bring it to the top. Clicking on save. Now I have configured the consultant tab view. See, this is the consultant tab record view of recent accounts. I got it. Earlier I don't have it right. This is for consultant tab view. First, suppose if I'm clicking on new, this is the actual view. If I'm clicking on view, I don't have any more information here. I just saw only this two record, this only one column. For that, I have to go back again to the consultant object, go to search layouts. This is the consultant list view. This is the default list view. I'm clicking on edit. This is for the button. So these are the standard buttons available. So I can disable these buttons, and custom buttons, I can create new buttons here. This is the consultant list view. Okay. Yeah. I can create some new buttons also from here by mapping some VF pages. I that's the so so if I want to change this option, okay, if I'm clicking on all, but I'm seeing only this data. This is the view of consultant which is given by Salesforce by default. If I want to modify it, here is a simple option to modify. Click on edit, and these are a lot of filters. I will talk about this when I'm trying to create the custom filters. Okay, this is the default filter. I don't want to modify this. Putting down first name, last name, um, consultant ID, these two data, and visa status also, uncreated data also. Okay, that's what I want to show you. And restrict visibility means to whom this all thing should be visible. Currently it's visible to all, means visible to all users. It's available to all users. Anyone can see this. If I'm checking this visible to only to me, this setting will not be visible to other people. I can only see these settings, these options. If I'm selecting this option, I can show this option for some set of users. I can show this option only to my team, to my manager, or to my colleagues in my who are very close to me. I can do that. See, I can select some users, roles, means I am applying this view. I'm giving access only to this role. CEO role means only CEO and me can access to this view. I'm currently giving visible to all users. Clicking on save means everyone who is logged in into this application and have access to the consultant tab can access this view. See, now I have two options. So I'm clicking on consultant tab. This is the default view which I've configured at the search layouts. When I click on all, this is one view. Okay, this is the default view. So this is the view. This is the cust, cust, consultant tab page, recent consultants. If you open four consultants today, it shows only four consultants here, all the recent records. If I'm clicking on all go, this is the view which I've modified just now. Earlier it's showing only one column, that is first name. Now I have the detailed information at even the created date also, which I have not configured in the recent accounts, in the recent consultants. I can adjust this thing like anything I showed you by moving up and down the column names on the views. For suppose if I want to create the new custom view, how to do that? So here is the simple button to create a new view. Click on new view. For suppose if I want to calculate all the consultants by city, I can do that. All the consultants by state, I can do that by putting uh, consultants in San San Francisco. This is a view. This is the unique name for this view. Okay, which automatically adds underscore instead of space. And so filter by owner, all consultants. Okay, I want to get all the consultants. If I have the city field, if city, for suppose if this is the city field, city equals to, I can put San Francisco. If you click on save, the same options you can see here. Again, you have to select what fields you need to display here. Um, what fields? Same way which I selected earlier. Last name, consultant ID, date of birth, email, employer, and visa status. I want to show only this thing, visible to all users. Currently, employer not equals to this, right? Obviously. For suppose if I want to show elite innovative consultants contains, see there are a lot of filters, not only the equals to, not equals to, starts with, contains, does not contain, less than, greater than, lot of filters. But I want to give as elite, contains elite keyword means who all the employers contain elite keyword, only elite innovative solutions, right? That's it. I'm clicking on visible to all users, clicking on save. See, now I have two people. Why I'm seeing these two people is because these two people belongs to elite innovative solutions. First, suppose I am going to create one more consultant, that is uh, click on new, select the employer first. Say I'm selecting Rahul. Okay, I have his email address. I can put down email address now. I'm clicking on save. Let's see whether this information will show on the consultant page or not on my consultant in San Francisco. Click on go. See, I don't see this because this too belongs to Elite, not the other one. If I'm clicking on all, I can see this, all the Rahul's data also. This is how you can filter the views. You can filter, you can show only some set of records on a view. You can create a number of views. Generally, what happens, right? You can create your own custom view. First, suppose if you want to create your own custom view, there is a simple option. Click on new view, my view, my consultants. Because if I am a recruiter, if I'm taking some consultants, if I'm taking care of some consultants, view name is my consultants. See, there's no need to put any filter, but there's a simple option. By clicking on simple checkbox called my consultants, it automatically show only your consultants to you. All the consultants you have created belongs means your consultants. Or else there is one more option. Even though if you put all consultants, see, come here, created by equals to or contains Venkat, because I am the one who created, right? Because I don't want to give the full name. You can give created by equals to Venkat Gatamaneni, like that also you can give, but I don't want. If I'm giving contains means Venkat is containing in Venkat space Gatamaneni, right? That's the reason I'm giving it here. I'm clicking on again. This is a different separate view. Oh my. And visa status and experience I want to put it at the end. And the employer and visible only to me. I can set this because this is my consultants folder, right? I'm making visible to only me. Clicking on save. I can give it to other people also, but it won't work for them because it shows my data there. See why it's showing all this data? Because all these records are created by me. If I'm clicking on Rahul's record, go to their information, see created by equal to Venkat. Because every data which is created here is by me, right? That's the reason it's showing all the data in my consultants also. Same way you can create consultants by company, consultants, consultants of Elite Innovative Solutions. I can get one more view. Consultants of Cerebral. I can get one more view. Like this, I can create views. It's a simple reports on your object, specific to object. Okay, got it. These are views. These are really important. So whenever you're creating these views, so in the backend you're creating XML data for list views also. All the filters what you are setting will be clearly mentioned in the format of XML format with all the filter names and fields and the values also. And so I'm not adding any new buttons. Okay, search filter. Okay, so so sometimes you have an option to search uh, on the lookup, so you can put some filters on that. So in that cases you can show some information on what fields you have to search, selected fields you have to show. That information you can select from here. Okay, I can give only first name, last name and consultant ID. Click on save. So this is useful for search filters on this consultant tab only, which is related to consultant tab. Okay, so these are such layouts and these are buttons. So whenever you are creating whenever you are opening any page layout, by default you see edit, delete and save, edit, delete. options, right? These buttons are obviously enabled there. Let's go to layout, that is a consultant layout. I'm clicking on edit. So on this consultant layout, these are the three buttons. So these buttons are shown in the buttons tab in the buttons information of that object. You can create custom buttons also, and you can add it to the layout. For suppose if you want to send out an email on click of a button for a consultant, okay, that I can do with a simple requirement by creating a custom button and by invoking some Apex method on click of that button, which sends a simple email to the consultant on some reminder on some interview status about the something that I will explain you when we are working with Apex stuff. See, these are the buttons. You can enable these buttons. Come to the layout, click on the buttons. So I have submit for approval button. This button is only added when you are trying to implement approval process, not now. I am removing it. If I am removing edit button on this page, if I'm clicking on save, quick save, if I'm going to the consultant tab, if I'm canceling this, now you cannot edit customer records. See, I'm clicking on Rahul. See, I don't have option to edit the Rahul's record from the page, from the detail page, because this belongs to the, this can be controllable by page layout. In page layout, I have removed the button that is edit. See, first suppose now I want to remove the delete also. You can only create the data, but you cannot edit or you cannot delete the record. So this is that requirement. If I am clicking on quick save, going back to customer record, now if I am clicking on refresh, now you don't have permissions on this page to edit this record or to delete this record. You can only create the records. Okay, got it. So in your banking application, okay, for suppose if you have transferred some amount to your friend, means you are creating a transaction object record on the bank application. For suppose if you're sending $500, okay, you are only creating the record once. You don't have option to delete once you have transferred the amount. You don't have option to delete also. For doing the delete and edit operations, you have to call the customer care and you have to talk to the bank team. They have only permissions to delete the transaction which you have sent to your friend, right? So similar way you can also do this type of requirements in our Salesforce app very simply. For doing the type of requirement in Java or .NET, they have to spend a lot of time. They have to check a lot of security settings, permissions they have to write it. But here it's really simple. For customer's profile, you simply remove the buttons going to their layout. That's it. Let's add it again. Okay, I'm clicking on save. Custom buttons can be addable here. Okay, that's it, guys. Buttons, layouts. So, for suppose I want to means we are going to discuss the options only on one object, which are same for all the other objects, even for the standard objects also. Okay, page layouts are same for custom objects as well as standard objects. Okay, and so in tomorrow's class we are going to work on validation rules, So I want to show you some examples. This needs one complete class because it's a lot of confusing uh, uh, concept. We have to work on some logics. You have to work on some uh, so you guys know about and or logics. You need to be very perfect on the and or logics. Okay, what are and or logics? For suppose you might be knowing the truth tables, right? If we are passing true and true to an uh, and logic, it shows true. If we are passing at least one false to the and logic, it shows false. The result is false. In the or loop, if we are showing at least one true, means it's become true. If we are passing all the inputs as false, then it's obviously false in or table. So I'll show that logics first, and later on I will show some examples to you on the account object. So with validation rules, you can control the data what customer is trying to enter. For suppose if your customer ID is 7 digit only, but if your salespeople who is in the field, who is on traveling, and who is trying to get some data on their phone, if they are by mistake and they have entered some 8 digit account number, so if your system is allowing to save that record, means you are entering bad data into the system. You can block this type of data with validation rules. You can create validation rules for that, saying that your account number should be 7 digit and it should be a number field, completely numbers, not the strings. You cannot put any string value there. The type of requirements you can do with validation rules. You can also validate the data based on other fields. For suppose if industry is selected, you must enter the type of customer also. For suppose if a pick list value, if there are when you are creating the data in the system, if you have entered uh, industry equal to IT technology, you must enter the type of account also. That type of combined field validations also can be done with validation rules. So for suppose I want to give a simple option. You already created some validations, but you don't know that is a validation rule. When you're making a field is required on the page, means it's also a validation. That's a simple validation. You are asking customer to enter that data, otherwise you are throwing some error. That's also a validation. Okay, that but it can be done very simply with by simply checking a checkbox. Required checkbox or marking required at the page layout level for that field, right? That's a simple validation you are creating with button clicks. But you can create advanced validation rules with formula fields, Salesforce formula fields. Got it? Uh, that's it. We are going to discuss about the topic in tomorrow's class. That's it for today, guys. I have another call at 9:30 EST. So, do
Thank you
you
so much,
guys have
Martin.
any questions? We have 5 more minutes, so we can discuss on this. I will try to upload the recording by by end of today. Okay. Any questions? So, if you guys have joined uh, today, I want you guys to spend daytime tomorrow and work on the and at least watch the at least second, third, fourth video of the recordings. I can share you the link if you want. The same link have the videos. Yeah. Sorry, Asif. Yeah, I generally want to share. Yeah, I can share you on your WhatsApp. I have some two links in my WhatsApp and some more information I will share you in immediately. I'll do it now.